Hola, and welcome to Word to Your Mama, Relatives. Relatives is a podcast within a podcast. Relatives explores the true story of how a first-generation Mexican girl, that's me, Ritzy P, and a black girl, that's Nyysha, meet in South Bay, San Diego and become relatives. We discuss black and brown unity, hip-hop, overcoming trauma, crazy movie-type moments, navigating this life, and so much more. Black and Brown Unity POR VIDA. Relatives episodes come out once a month. Relatives. Been a minute since we had a relatives. The last one we had was February. It is now May. So yeah, relatives, we're back in full effect. I know you missed us. So this episode, that's Nyysha and I, discuss the reasons why the relatives was on a 2-month break. Talk about the passing of Nyysha's biological mother and her major move across country. To what location? You have to listen or watch to find out. Then we talk about my trip, my NYC trip that has happened last month, where I barely made my speaking engagement. My mug was on Times Square, and I was able to attend the Women in Hip Hop VIP reception at Lincoln Center. What a milestone to witness that was for me. How I reunited with my godson, aka Nyysha's son, and took my niece to Coachella. That amazing trip because we're guest level and then next level with, me having worked artist relations for so many years and people in the fam that just hook everything up. That amazing situation and how I told Anna about how you approach celebrities, how they're just like people. And then she sees me do it in practice as I go and I meet Keith Lee. Nyysha had no idea who that was. If you watch the video, I'm like, Keith Lee? And I'm like waiting for her for some sign of recognition. Nyysha had no idea, but she knows. There's links in the show notes, so now she knows. Then I asked Nyysha, and then I asked my Relly, how does she go about describing the show Relatives, like these special episodes Relatives? And then we go into who would play us when the TV series comes out. I'm manifesting. Who would play us as our teen self and then as our 20-something self? And then we want to see who you guys think. And then, at the time of the recording, it was 16 days out until I turned 50. 50 years old. And how special that is. Like, it's not just because it's a special milestone that I'm turning 50, but also the other implications because I'm outliving my mother who passed away 29 years ago. Levels upon levels upon levels and so much more. But it was great to catch up with my Relly. I mean, I talked to her a lot anyways, but to catch up in a way that you guys can listen or view what's happening. So without further ado, let's get into the relatives. What up, Relly?
Hello, we're back again.
Long time no see.
It's been a minute. Life has been lifing.
Right. So I looked to see when was the last time. The last one, this is being recorded on May 1st. The last one that dropped was February 19th or something like that.
Oh, wow. Definitely been a minute.
So it's been a little bit. I mean, you don't got to, but if you want to, what's been happening? How you been and what's been happening?
So many things, great things, sad things. First off, we didn't record in March because my mom passed away. And you gotta go do what you gotta do. Gotta go see family. So we postponed that one. And it was all good though. Life is good. The funeral was good, as you know. And we back to regular life. We had a little pause for a minute, back to regular life. Oh, and in the meantime, been trying to get up out of here. Everybody knows, if you've been listening to us, you know that I cannot stand Florida. So finally, I'm making a big move to Texas. So I'm getting up out of Florida. So I've been dealing with the move, getting things prepared, and ready to bounce. New chapter. You know,
Yep.
look at all these
Exciting
things that
things.
happen. Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of things. Especially, I feel like a lot of things happen when you're 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why they say midlife crisis. So I guess you start feeling a certain way, and then, like back in the day, men bought cars, women bought diamonds. I don't know, whatever you do,
Right.
or they get boobs or whatever at midlife. So I think for me, not that it was a crisis, but midlife change,
Right.
much needed, much wanted, well deserved, for sure. For sure. I was
Right.
patient. I was patient.
Yeah, you've been wanting this for a while. But going back to your mom, you know, it was sad, but it was a celebration of life. Like we got to
For
go
sure.
back to our hometown
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I got to see you. And what was crazy is that the entire service, you know how sometimes people, you go to one place and you have to travel this place and you have the procession and everything. It was nice because it was all in one place, and it
Yes.
happened to be at the same place where my mom, my abuelita, my abuelito, my tío, my nana on my bio side, that I didn't know she was there the whole entire
That's
time. So
crazy.
so I got to, be there to support you, see people that I never met or haven't seen for a long time on that side
Yes.
of your family.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then it was really, really nice, really, that we got to, after that wrapped up, we had flowers and we went to my mom's grave, and, we went to my family's, and then we got to go into the mortuary where my nana was at, the
Which is
mausoleum, not the
so
mortuary, the
nice.
mausoleum.
So nice.
Real
Right.
nice.
And us
I
laughing.
remember
And we're laughing because we had a slow moment. We had such a slow moment. Like, we didn't do the math. We didn't think it through before we asked the question. So we're in the mausoleum and we're like, what? 1849 to
yeah.
2011. Like, we weren't understanding the dates of people's deaths. And we're like, this place is not that old that it has what? We couldn't figure it out until we go to talk to the lady. And she says, what did she say, Maris?
she was like oh, she's like, well, they died in 2000, like whatever date or whatever. We're like, oh yeah. It was a
We were
long
really slow.
day.
Yeah,
It was a long day.
it was
It was a
definitely a
long
long 2
emotional
days for
day.
me. The 2 days were
Yeah.
like, whoo. So yeah, that was funny.
We
That
kept saying, we're like, another 1849. What? When was this building built? Like it wasn't clicking. We're like, they died. Like
oh,
that's when they were born, not when they died. So we're like, what is happening?
oh man, so funny, so funny. And I love it that I wasn't thinking that way by myself. So yeah,
It
yeah,
was the relatives. They're both thinking that way. But we were like,
brain
what?
fog, brain fog. I'm gonna blame that on menopause.
Right, right.
Perry, little Perry coming to town. You
Little,
know, whew,
little Perry.
little
Oh, little
Perry,
Perry's coming to town. Little Perry's in town.
baby.
Oh man.
Good stuff
Speaking
there.
of, I was just telling my relative that if she hasn't heard it yet, but if you are a woman, even if you're a man, you have to go listen to Dr. Cat Brown episode, because we debunk and myth bust a bunch of stuff when it comes to perimenopause and menopause. And it was fascinating. Like, one of the things is she's a certified OBGYN doctor that works at a hospital that also worked in the military. Like, she got her medical
Wow,
degree from the military because she got a scholarship that way. And even she couldn't get the right support and medical attention for perimenopause. That's why she decided to jump into this field, because she needed the help and she wanted to help other women. And I was like,
specialized. Yes, that's what
if
we need.
if full blown doctors aren't, women doctors aren't getting the help, then
We
yeah, that's
definitely
why
aren't
these
getting help.
services are need. You know what I'm saying? That's why I
Mm,
wanted to all this information. People are like sending me, putting comments or sending me texts or DMs, or like, thank you so much for this.
nice,
We need this information. I mean,
for
it's
sure.
just the beginning. I'm gonna have more people on, but it was just fascinating, like fascinating. So you have to
Wow.
listen to that. Um, so are we excited about your move?
I mean, I'm so excited. It's like next level. I feel like a real adult. It's hilarious, but um it's just something that, again, I always wanted, and manifested, just always kept thinking about it, even
Right.
though I was detoured a few times because all I say is that wasn't the place for me.
Right.
Even though I thought that was, but that's probably why I couldn't find a place, you know? So
Right.
this just kind of came about. And when I say everything has been aligning and in my favor, it really has. It really has. And you just got to just keep believing and thinking about it, doing, making moves, talking to people, get out there, do what you want to do. Cause this life is short. This life is super short.
Right. And also like you kind of also just stayed open, right? You like
Yeah.
was it even a thought? It was kind of like not in the forefront because Marib and I were like, please let her move to Atlanta because we want to go to Atlanta.
Okay. But a no go on Atlanta. Yeah, they were full. I got denied. So yeah, and it's like I've never even wanted to move to Texas either, but
Right.
it just like happened, you know, and I started thinking, oh, I know a few people there. Let me check it out and whatever. So I ended up really, really liking it from visits. And
Right.
why not? Better than here. So here I am.
Right. And
Here I am.
like I told you, Relly, I've been in the mastermind the past year. I've made some like really, really, really amazing new friends that are in Texas.
Wow.
So like this is May 1st. At the end of the month, I'm going to Consensus Convention in Austin from the 29th through June 1st. And then I fly back home. And then the next weekend, I fly back out to San Antonio because I have a speaking engagement there. And
Wow.
then you know what I'm saying? So like, and it's all because of the people that I'm meeting in Texas.
Nice.
And
And I'm
and
gonna
then I
see
tell folks,
you.
and now I'm gonna be all up in, wherever you're at in Texas,
Yeah.
all the time. Like I can't wait to take Supernatural Bear and we can go to Texas. He's bummed that you don't live in Houston.
I don't think so. He won't be bummed
He's
once he gets there.
no,
What's
but
in
he's bummed
Houston?
because it's like this famous toy store that has like a bunch of stuff. He was like,
For sure.
dear Nyysha, does she live? How far is she from Houston?
Hours. Hours.
Hours.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
moving to Houston. Houston's almost full too. So
Really?
not
Yeah.
one, yeah, a lot
Well,
of people. So they say that there's a big influx of people moving from Cali to Texas. Yeah. So
it's crazy.
I
It's
made
crazy,
it.
man.
I made the cut. I made the cut.
You made the cut. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. I think I'm gonna do well there. I think I'm gonna do well.
So the next relatives you'll be recording from Texas.
Texas. Yes. I gotta find a space. I'm gonna make it my own. We'll see how this
Right.
goes.
And as if you've been listening to relatives from Jump, you know that if homeboy passes away, he lives in Texas. And we always
Mm.
said that if he hopefully we get the word and we can go to his funeral to make sure that motherfucker is dead.
Woo! Woo! Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Protect your peace
Yeah.
and get some closure. Yes.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Mm.
Call them because that's important.
Yeah.
We need that vital info.
Yeah, we need that information for sure. Okay, Relly. So I wanted to ask you because we have new listeners and a lot of people haven't been exposed this year to the
Okay.
relatives. How do you describe relatives to folks? Like, what is relatives? These special episodes. How do you describe that?
So when people ask me, I'm like, oh no, it's my best friend. But and I explain to them why we say relative. So I'm like, we been saying that from back in the day because it was just like a cultural thing, and I taught her from a gang perspective what the word relatives means and why we don't say cousin. And so we just took it from there, and we've always
It's
talked
a
about
blood
it. So,
town. It's a
right, and they're
blood
always
town.
shocked, like gang affiliated. And I'm like, it's really not. It's just kind of more or less the word we took from gang affiliation. So,
Gang adjacent.
right. And then I just let them know, like, we kind of talk about any and everything. First, we
Right.
start off, of course, talking about ourselves growing up and different things that have happened to us, different experiences. And then I just keep on going with up until now, and we
Right.
talk about things of the day, the hot topics,
Mm-hmm.
any and everything. So yeah. But I always have to get that relative. I always explain to them the word, why we say relatives. Yeah.
Right. Because people are like, "Oh, your cousin?" And I was like, "Oh, no, we're just so that's why that's great that you explained the story. I think we should I should probably tell folks that too, because I don't explain like, "Oh, we just call each other relatives," but they don't understand. But you're right. It's a gang affiliation because San Diego, I don't know what it is now, but at the time, it was a blood town. And I
Yeah.
remember when I went to City College because I couldn't afford to go to the college I got accepted to, and I had to go to City College. I remember, I forget his name, this one dude, and he was like the first Crip I ever met because it's such a blood town. I mean, it's like the neighborhoods that we ran around or whatever. So yeah, it was very fascinating. That
What ethnicity was he?
black.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
maybe like Mexican, but because there's a lot of
no,
Mexicans too, but
right,
black.
no, he was black. Jason, or I forget what his name was. Super cute, super cute. And then I was like, "You're a Crip?" It was like
You're a Crip?
it was like a unicorn. I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really?" And I was like looking around like,
Can we say that word? Hold on. I say
you know what
relative.
I mean? And I remember I just met him once or twice, but I remember we met like in a street, and I was just kind of looking around like, like what is
Interesting.
happening? Like you're a Crip. Like what are we doing to just stand in the street? Like are we in Crip area? I don't know. It's
Catching the
fascinating.
trolley, probably.
You know what I mean? Um, yeah, but that's fascinating because people don't know that the whole reason why I even thought of relatives and to do this is because I want to document, because I want it to be a TV show. That's the ultimate goal, is for it to be a TV show. I think it'll be fascinating, right? Like we
Yes.
haven't heard this story of, a Mexican black girl being raised 2 eggs away from the border, San Diego, hip hop was just starting,
Right.
because everyone
Right.
says we have like these movie type moments. And if you
And we
have
do.
heard some of the episodes, getting
We
shot at,
do.
smoke bombed out, all these things, the Ouija board, like all the and we still haven't even finished everything. But
Right.
who, if you think of anybody, who do you think would play you as a little kid, a teen? Because we met as teens. Or who would play you in your 20s? Because I'm 16 days, kids, from being 50 years old.
Bum,
It's
bum,
crazy.
bum, bum.
Crazy. So we need
Crazy.
people that would play us as teens and people that would play us like in our 20s.
Yeah, I'm so bad at this. Like, I can picture people. I'm bad with names. Like, oh, do you know? Unless they're really, really popular, then I'm
Right,
better
right,
at to be like, oh, Issa Rae, like, because I know the name. But
right.
like, I can see people, but who like would really play me? Like, I really love the young lady on man. See what I'm saying? Like, I can
Right,
totally see her.
right. Can't think of the show or the
Was it
movie?
Blackish? I think Blackish, the youngest one.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I love her. She's so cute. Like,
She's super cute.
snazzy, and she's like,
Yeah.
like I like her
Yeah.
as the younger and older. I don't know. I would have to think about that one. I don't know right
Yeah,
offhand. What
I
about you?
can't think of any. I can't think of anyone. I'm gonna do some research, and
Right.
anyone listening or watching, let us know who you think should play our teen self, because we met when we were like 13, 14,
Yeah.
right? 14, 15,
14.
and
Mm,
then we need someone that would play us in our during the stories of our like 20s, like early 20s and stuff.
20.
I don't know. Like I really just thought of this right now. I have no
Oh,
idea. I
yeah.
don't know who would. I don't have no idea. I have no idea
And
who would
there's
play
so much
me.
new talent out here. It's very hard to say because
Right.
it's a lot going on in the Hollywoods. So
Right.
for sure.
I don't know, but
But
that's
yeah, we'll think
fascinating. I'm
about that.
interested.
We'll think about that.
Yeah, let's think about it. But also, it'll be interesting to see what people think. Like, oh, such and such. Maybe that's how we find it. Right now I'm still looking for a writer. Like I already have a deck. I'll put in the show notes. I already
Mhm.
have a deck, an idea deck. You've seen it. I gotten really good feedback on that so far. But yeah, I think that would be dope to have the story. Cause the soundtrack would be amazing.
Dope. For sure.
Super dope. I already have a playlist, so I have a link to that. It's in the deck. I don't have the concepts and kind of like the thing. I'm not a writer. I'm a storyteller, but I'm not a writer. So
Right.
I was thinking of taking a script writing class just to try and get something rough done, like the pilot script done, maybe.
Nice.
But I'm so busy. I'm doing all these things, so I don't
Yeah,
know
what
when
you
I
got
have
time,
time.
girl?
Maybe like during the end of the year holiday or something. I don't know, but it'll be fascinating. I'm hoping it gets done. That would be a great show. I think it'll be a great show.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be so fun. So
I think
fun.
it'll be funny,
Hands
entertaining,
down.
all the things.
Definitely funny
Tears
'cause
and
we funny.
laughs.
We're just funny. Like, we don't even try to be funny, and I'd be like, "Oh, that was kinda funny." Yeah,
Yeah,
we got you.
especially when I'm editing and stuff, it's like I'm laughing. And then it's nice to hear when other people, they tell us that they laugh too. So I wanted to go back because since I haven't spoken to you since February, things on my end, I was on Times Square again.
Again.
Second year in a row, which was
Yes.
fantastic because, once we get to the New York story, especially because New York means so much to us. And then it was also rad because I was on Times Square. I was there to speak. I almost missed that, but luckily
man.
I made it. Because I had a red eye and then I took a nap. I thought it was 10 minutes. It was hours. And I woke up at 10:45. My talk was at 12:10. I
Oh,
had to
man.
take a shower. I had to iron my clothes. But luckily, my homegirls that I was staying with, they were like, got you. We're staying here with you. We're going to help you. And one steamed my clothes, and the other one, like, you know what I mean? And I just got ready. The quickest I've ever been ready ever in my life.
Oh,
and
my
then
goodness.
I made it, and it was great. But
Good.
one of the main things that I want to talk about here is that I'm in New York, one of the best cities in the world, means so much to us, especially because of hip hop. So how important is your brand identity? You know, your logo, your online presence, all that stuff. It's hella important. It's the first impression of your business. It's how folks identify and connect with your brand. Are you confident that your current brand identity reflects your brand's message? Is your brand identity consistent across all channels? Are you happy with the logo that your homie or your family member hooked you up with? If it's a no or you're unsure, then it's time for a checkup, a brand identity audit, that is. I'm Nyysha, aka Ritzy P, with over 10 years experience as a creative director consultant for big brands. I help folks achieve brand growth and impact by making sure that their stuff's on point. So we got the brand identity audit. Don't let the audit part scare you. It's just a checkup. We will collaborate so we can make sure that your stuff is on point. You get access to a creative director with mad experience to assess where you're really at, so that you can grow. So the brand identity audit, there's limited spaces, kids, limited spaces. Want to make sure to go to the link in the bio, schedule a meeting. We could vibe. We see if, it aligns, see if we want to work together. Go hit the link. Let's collabo and make sure that your stuff is on point. Let's do this.
This is your friendly reminder to take a deep breath. Este es tu recordatorio para que respires profundo. Take a deep breath in. Inhala profundo. Exhale as you observe your breath, letting all the air out. Exhala, observando tu exhalación, dejando salir todo el aire. Would you like to help me reach my mission of teaching meditation to 1 million children? ¿Te gustaría ayudarme a alcanzar mi misión de enseñar meditación a 1 millón de niños? I invite you to join me in the Decide Balance Oasis, a safe space where families can find bilingual meditations and mindfulness practices and so much more. Te invito a que te unas conmigo en el Decide Balance Oasis, un espacio seguro donde las familias pueden encontrar meditaciones bilingües y prácticas de atención plena y mucho más. Go to decidebalance.com for more details. I'll see you in the Oasis. Visita decidebalance.com para obtener más información. Nos vemos en el Oasis.
And I got invited to the Fresh, Bold, and So Deaf Symposium. It's a tribute to women in hip hop at the famous Lincoln Center, which I've never been to before in my life. And I was like, oh, they had like panels and everything during the day, and then had a VIP reception. I couldn't go to the panels because I was there for a conference. So I had all these events to go to. But I was like, I definitely want to make time to go to the VIP event. So I'm like ripping and running. It's cold as hell in New York. It's raining. Like last year, the same time, it was like 85 degrees. This time I had my snow jacket, raining, like it was crazy. So I'm ripping and running on the metro by myself,
Oh, wow.
in the middle of the night. And then for this was like in the evening. And I was like, okay, ladies, see you later. I gotta go to this thing. Like this is super important to me. And especially important because I was told that for the VIP reception, the organizer, her name is Martha Diaz. Dope. I finally got to meet her. We were like, you know, when you're 1 degree away from someone and was like,
Oh.
oh, you should meet such and such. You should meet such and such. And we never met. Finally got to meet. She emailed me when she sent me the invite. So muchísimas gracias to her. She was like, oh, the mayor's office is going to give a proclamation that April 5th, from now on, April 5th is Women in Hip Hop Day.
What?
And I was like, I'm in New York, same time. I got invited to the VIP thing.
Yes.
It's at Lincoln Center. This is happening. I got to make it.
Mhm.
So I make my way. I'm ripping and running, you know, because it's the subway and I have to do transfers and da-da-da-da. But I'm just like, you know, ripping and running. So I make it. It's at a certain hall and I get in there and I'm able to see the tail end of a session. And then I go to the VIP. Oh, before this. So when I almost missed my talk, right? I'm sweating. We make it. Then I go to register. I'm a speaker. But when I go to register, you can't go up to the floors where you're speaking unless you have your badge, right?
Oh,
They
okay.
can't find me. They can't find me at all in the system. And I was like, I'm about to go talk right now. I'm late. So anyways, something happened. She was a beautiful, older Black woman. And she was like, I got you. And she like printed up and made it up on the spot. And then I was able to go. So anyways,
Nice.
when I'm up there, outside of where we're speaking, the different rooms, it's a commotion. And then I see a bunch of people and everyone's like, Ritzy. So then this like young, I think we figured out that he must have been Puerto Rican, either Puerto Rican or Dominican. When I told him that his name was Angel, people were like, he's whatever. Like that's my New York friends were like, yo, he's such and such, right?
Right.
So he's Puerto Rican or Dominican, whatever, you know, let me know. His name is Angel. So I see this young, you know, Latino come up to me and he's like, you Ritzy? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm the stage manager for your room, for your stage. You know, you're here on time. Great. Just come in 5 minutes, talk to such and such. I'm like, okay, thanks. So the whole conference, like I'd see him and we pointed at each other like, hey, like good looking out, right? Like stuff like that.
Right.
So that's at the Javits Center. That's in Hudson Yards. That was on Wednesday. I go to this thing on Friday and it's on the whole other side of Manhattan, like it's like north or whatever, right? So I go to Lincoln Center. So I go to the VIP reception and my name's not on there.
What the?
My name's not on there. But I ran into an old friend, Two Fly. Shout out to Two Fly, dope graph artist. You know, she's from New York, blah, blah, blah. The guy was like, oh, but you with Two Fly, so you good. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Okay.
So we go and it's like, you know, catered, you know, with the servers and everything, hella good food. It's packed. I see all these like hip hop legends. I see the back of what I think is Jazzy Joyce. And I was like, is that her? But I don't know what she looks like anymore. She has like a mohawk and stuff. And I was like, I don't know if that's her. So I didn't get to chance to talk to her. But all these people were taking pictures, you know, back to back, all hip hop. It was like sponsored by Nike and all this stuff. So anyways, they do the proclamation and we see them give the, you know how they give certificate, you know, if they do key to the city or whatever.
Right.
So they do that. Amazing. You know, a bunch of women from hip hop are up there, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, oh, I got a jet, but I need to go say hi to her, meet her, get a photo, say thank you, blah, blah, blah. As I'm waiting, all these people are trying to talk to her and get a picture, right? So I'm just like by myself, like looking. And then all of a sudden, she sees me. And I was like, I don't know if she knows what I look like. But she sees me, the organizer, Martha Diaz, she sees me. She's like, Ritzy? I'm like, yeah. So anyways, we get to talk real quick. Take picture. I look to the side and there's that dude, Angel. I didn't know his name yet. It was Angel, but he's wearing a whole nother shirt. He's working that event in a whole nother color shirt. Like
he was everywhere.
He was everywhere. And I was going. He was going. Because he had a stand there and he was all. And I was like, and then so I took the picture and I went up and I was like, are you homeboy? He goes, yes, that's me.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, you are everywhere. I go, what's your name? He goes, Angel. I was like, man, I was like, I said, you following me?
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna get your job. Get your
That
money,
boy
Angel.
making that
Get your money.
boy.
Get your money.
He
But
working hard.
isn't that
Hilarious.
crazy? Like I'm in days apart, events apart. They have nothing to do with each other. NFT NYC
You're like,
and women in hip hop. And I was like, I kept pointing at him and because I was freaking out. I kept going,
my boy said he gotta get paid.
and he couldn't move, so he had his hand behind his back. He was going, like he couldn't be all crazy. He was going,
Too funny, too funny.
oh,
goodness.
but it was beautiful night. It was so beautiful. Like I almost wanted to cry because I was just like, look at us. Like the year after 50 years of hip hop, right?
Hey, 50, we was just little babies when it came out.
We were just born when it started. And then to be there with the women, right? Because a lot of them were like, yo, some of us were even better than the men, but we didn't get the shine or the recognition.
For sure.
All true, all facts. So I was just like, this is special. I'm in New York. This is happening. I'm just so happy I got to witness that. If there was nothing else, like just witness that from that. So from now on, kids,
yes.
April 5th, Women in Hip Hop Day.
Yeah, okay. We gotta put that on the calendar for sure.
Yeah, we always have to celebrate that. So I'm gonna have a link in the show notes to the Instagram post. So you see me, Martha Diaz. You see when the mayor's office does the proclamation, and you see us posing. I should have took a picture of Angel.
Yes, you definitely should have. You should have. So, with that being said, your special day is coming up. Are there any plans happening?
Yeah. So last year when we were talking about this, I was like, yeah, it's my 50th. I want to go to the Yucatan Peninsula and I want to be there for weeks and invite, certain people to just come through, blah, 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 blah. And I just want to relax and no kids, no husband, no nothing, all that stuff. And then it hit me that this is May 1st. On April 13th, it was the 29th year of my mom's passing.
Wow.
So that's this is the sad time, right? Like from April 13th through, and you know what? For mad years, until a couple of years ago, for mad years, I thought her anniversary was on April 12th because the document that the cemetery gave me that I used to prove to my college that I had nobody that was responsible for me financially. Since my mom died until a couple years ago, I thought she died on the 12th.
It was what day?
The 13th.
That's crazy. I wonder why they did that.
It was human error because they wrote it in.
Got to do better. Got to do better.
So anyways, so that's my sad time from April 13th. And then her birthday is May 4th. And then Mother's Day, American Mother's Day, Mexican Mother's Day. And then my birthday is May 17th. So a month time is my sad time. I think when significant people in our lives pass, we have a sad time, whether it's the holidays. The holidays, nothing happens. It's fine. But that time, it's sad time. So I was just like, oh shit. Last year I was like, oh shit, I'm the same age my mom was when she passed. That was a mind fuck because I was like, oh shit. So I thought I was going to do all these plans. And then I was just like, you know what? It's 29 years. I'm going to outlive my mom. That's deep and that's bittersweet. And I'm turning 50. She never got to see that for herself. So I was just like, I need to work. I need to be by myself and work through it, celebrate it, but work through it so that it's not lingering and I'm not fucked up by it, if that makes sense.
For sure.
So what I'm going to do is, I was like, do I go somewhere by myself, like a staycation, or do I go on a trip? And I was like, no. I need to be here. So I'm in here in Palm Springs. The Cahuilla Indians, they have I'm looking. There's an echo. I feel like the echo mics around here. The Cahuilla Indians, they have a new thing that they opened in Palm Springs. It's the only place in Palm Springs that actually has the desert hot, like that has a hot springs. All the hot springs are in Desert Hot Springs, the next city over. Like it's on top of a bunch of hot springs, right? But in Palm Springs, it's the only place that it is that they have it is on Cahuilla land. So they just opened a cultural center and like this huge 7,000 square foot spa. It's called Sakshish or something like that. It's the Cahuilla word that means hot spring because it's the sound that a hot spring makes, like sexy, like something like that, right? I'm gonna ask how to pronounce it, but anyways, they have a spa and they have the hot springs and they have Himalayan salt caves and
nice
stuff like that. So I'm gonna do. I think on my birthday, the 17th. I'm going to go there. Shout out to We Reap crew. They all put money together to make sure that I was taken care of, to have the, massage and be able to chill there all day. So I'm going to do that. And I think I'm just going to write, like the feelings and the thoughts and just kind of be introspective. And then that whole weekend, I'm going to be by myself on this wing of the house. And I don't have to be a mom. I don't have to be a wife. I don't have to cook. I don't have to clean. I don't have to do anything. That's what I do all the time for my birthday and Mother's Day anyways. But I'm going to spend the whole day at the spa and then just kind of just reflect,
Yeah, as you should. I think that's wonderful. That's beautiful because everybody just so busy on the go, and they forget to stop and do that.
Yeah.
Forget a vacation. You could always do that. Forget this, forget that. That right there, got to be human, man. You got to stay focused and on track just with being human. And so many people don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like, some people be like, damn, I'm turning 50 and be bummed out about it. But as women of color, we got to be fucking proud that we made it this far.
Baby, I am so happy to be 50. So happy. I love it.
Right? Like
love
if
it.
you knew the shit that I went through when I was a kid.
Because I'm hot right now, y'all. 50.
The realities of the Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think of all the trauma and all the stuff, like stuff that I haven't even talked about on here, like the fact that I'm here, that I'm thriving, that I'm 50, it's a huge milestone. So I gotta celebrate it. But because of me outliving my mom, it's like kind of bittersweet. So I just want to take it in, and then I have I'm gonna be 50 for the whole year.
Yes.
So people are like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I just want to have experiences with those that I love. Like once you settle in, like I want to go visit you. Let's celebrate when I go there, right?
Yes.
If I go to Yucatan Peninsula later on this year, whoever can that I invite, come through. I want to have that experience. Like, my college crew, I just want to go somewhere for like maybe a long weekend with them and just kind of like have this experience. Hang out. Like we don't gotta go, just these memories. I just want to have like all these amazing memories throughout the year because I have so many different pockets of friends.
Yeah.
And I just want to be like, let's get together. Let's, spend the night somewhere and just talk and play games and drink or not drink and just break bread and da-da-da-da. So that's all I want to do for the rest of the year. That's it.
And that sounds like a plan to me. I'm there. I'm signed up, baby. I'm signed up. So
yeah, and I just want to go dancing and shit.
Yeah, like nothing planned. Like, hey, show up and we're gonna make it happen. Whatever happens, happens. If we don't do nothing, I don't want to stress
out about it. Yeah, I don't want to stress out about it. But the goal is I want to, a lot of new things are happening this year. I'm doing a lot of shit differently. And it's just like, I feel if I work really hard and get all those things done and things start, shifting, then I feel that it would be, I'd be more relaxed, be able to relax more because things are, moving in the right direction. And then I can relax on the beach in the Yucatan Peninsula and not do fucking jack shit.
Nothing. Like, nothing. It's so hard to not do nothing, but I love not doing nothing. And I don't feel guilty. Yeah. I've accepted it. I've learned to love it. Good shit.
Right. Just rest and shit. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And then, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So yeah, 50 guys. She's 50 already. Couple of months in. I'm 16 days away.
And I can't
believe it's here.
That's funny that you said that. That's my day to arrive in my new city.
See?
On your birthday.
See? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Full circle, for sure.
Full circle.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
I
This
think
year
it's going to be
it's
great.
already happening. It's happening. This year is happening. Like,
yeah.
Only
new
up from here.
things. New
So
things for
many
both.
new things.
So many new things.
I'm so excited. Like, I feel different knowing that I'm going to live in a new city. And
right.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to share all the experiences. I'm waiting to just, man, I'll have y'all laughing because it's going to be some fun stuff happening. I'm excited. That's how excited I am. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know something's going to happen.
I'm excited to hear about the travels and all the different things. And, you look good now. Like, whatever this is, whatever's happening, you look good. Like, I like the hair. Your skin looks fantastic. You look lighter.
Got my nails
not in
done.
Complexion. Do you know what I'm saying? No.
In weight.
Yeah, in like aura.
You look light skinned now.
Let's not get that. Yeah, no.
She was your relative. You ain't no real relative. People
That's
go
colorism.
I mean, the ring light is giving a little bit, but no, I feel lighter. I feel like I haven't even moved, but I feel at ease. I feel like just things like, a few sad parts about moving. Like I can only take one dog versus two.
Really?
I got to leave one behind. Yeah.
Oh,
so that's one sad
How
thing.
do you choose? Sophie's choice. What do you do?
It was chosen for me. So, people want to be racist about pit bulls and pit mixes. So, yeah. Honey's not too happy about it, but it's okay. We're gonna peep it out for a year. Then, my girl gonna come with me.
Right.
It's just a little sabbatical. It's all good. It's
right.
all good. A little sabbatical. But that's like one of the, of course, leaving any children behind. That's always a little sad. But it's just really sad about the dog. But she'll be okay. She'll be okay. Yeah.
Luckily, you can take one.
At least I can take one. He needs to come. But, a little security, little fun for him. And I think he's probably tired of her anyway. So he probably wants to come. But I'm also waiting to do some new business ventures. That I got some plans, some different things going to be happening, and I'm going to put into place once I get settled. So
that's exciting, Nye. Hell yeah. Super Definitely. Exciting.
So many opportunities. Got to get up and go.
Yeah. Changes. All these changes. And speaking of family, is that I saw my godson, your son, a couple of weeks ago.
What a guy.
Yeah, because we saw him at Coachella because he is the head person in charge for a company that does all of the wristbands when you check in and stuff like that. And so he hooked me up to go. And I was able to take Anna, our niece.
I love
and
that
we
whole
had
situation. It was so cute. I felt like it was
super
a video,
cute.
like a little movie. The way her hair was, like everything was
super cute.
Cinema. It was cinema.
Yeah. I mean, we were great because we always, Anna and Mariano, they're my youngsters, and we keep each other informed of different music because I always stay up on the latest music. Sometimes I show them some new folks. They tell me some new folks. And so we're just music fans. So it was great to I've been going to Coachella forever, been working artist relations forever. So to go with someone young that loves all different types of music and experiences, we had the best fucking time. And
she
we were
had
serious.
A bomb experience too, being on your side. Like nobody gets that unless you pay them for that. And she was like, boom, boom, in, got to see behind the scenes and
she got guest level.
Yeah.
Because when you buy tickets, you can get general admission or you get VIP. We had the next level up. So we were like, if we were guests of artists, and then we had even next level up. Shout out to Eric Kohler because then we had Stu because we had access to a next level area that only a few people knew. You had to go. It was like where you had to go look for this secret cactus, and then you can go in. You had to be on the list, and then it was AC, and then we had because it was hot as hell, so we got electrolyte. This drink electrolyte, it helped us so much.
Wow,
we just had this amazing experience, and I was telling her, people were telling her too, you're with her, you're having the best experience because you're getting all this behind the scenes on top of everything.
Yes.
So we had the best time, right? And I was telling her, like, I want to be with people that aren't going to freak out because we're, and backstage and we're meeting all kinds of people. Like, you want people to play it cool. But I was also telling my niece Anna, I was like, I've been in the entertainment industry for a long time, specific music. And what I've learned is that I just approach people. There's some people that I go crazy and I don't know what to do with myself. But even if I'm like that with people, I just approach them like they were just someone I wanted to meet. So I was like, you just got to be calm and just go confidently and be like, hi, my name is such and such. Like, introduce yourself like you would a regular person. And it goes a long way. So I was just telling her that one day. So that was Friday. I was telling her that the first day that we went, I told her that in the daytime. So we go and we're like seeing all these things and it's not as hot. So we're like ripping and running and we go see Peso Pluma. And he did what Beyonce did. Some people just go to Coachella and they do a regular show like they would if you saw them in your city. Beyonce goes and she practices for 8 months. She gives you a show, an experience.
Yes.
So Peso Pluma did that. He took us on a journey. Everyone was saying that it was like the best of the weekend, like the level of stuff. His dances were black and brown. They were top notch. Choreography, the staging, the visuals. He took us on a journey. So, and we were like, we got hooked up so we could be right up in the front. And so we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. So after we were literally buzzing, we felt like we were on drugs, but we were on no drugs and no alcohol. We were like, that was amazing. So we kept saying like, oh my God. Blah, blah, blah. So then we go to backstage and I see someone walking. There's this aisle before you go into the bigger backstage area. And it's called the Artist Compound. So I'm walking and I was like, God, that guy looks familiar. I was like, is he from one of the groups that I know? And I was like, it just clicks in my head and I go, oh shit, that's Keith Lee. Right? You know who Keith Lee is?
I don't know who Keith Lee is.
You know who Keith Lee is. I'm looking at her face with recognition. She was like, Keith Lee, he was an ex-MMA fighter, but now he's a food critic. And he goes to all the cities and eats.
I need to know because I like to eat. I like to critique food.
So he has like 16 something million followers on TikTok and he can make or break businesses basically. So he goes to places and he'll go secretly to places. So people don't know that he's there. So they call it the Keith Lee effect. So people be like, oh, can you go to my mom and pop shop, my tia's place or my mom's place because there's no customers. And then he'll eat secretly. Send someone in to eat their food, and then he'll eat in the car and he's like, I got it. Let's rate it 1 to 10. And he'll eat it right there and he'll be like, oh, this is good. And then he'll, if he loves it, he'll go back and he'll be like, oh, I'm Keith Lee. And they'll be like, now it's like people want Keith Lee to go to your place. And then he'll give them an extra tip. Like, this was so good. Here's a G and a tip, and then the next day there'll be a line out the door.
Wow.
So he does tours. He went to Atlanta and he exposed Atlanta. He's like, yeah, I went and the customer service was terrible. They said they were only open from these times to these times. And people are like, yep, that's how it is in Atlanta. Like, so
and he'll go take gratuity off the top.
Yes.
It's horrible.
So he went to Candy Burris's, one of her restaurants that she owns or something like that, and gave a real review. Gave her a real review. So anyways, super famous.
Nah, okay, I gotta look this guy up. I probably know him, but
you've seen him before. But anyways, he makes or breaks businesses. And he's really generous and it's amazing. He'll go to different cities and he'll go to indigenous place or whatever. It's fantastic. So anyways, I was like, oh shit, that's Keith Lee. So Anna's with me. We're still buzzing out Peso Pluma. So I just go up and I just beeline to him and his crew. And I just go, hey, Keith. I go, my name's Ritzy. I go, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Appreciate it. And I walked away. So while I'm doing that, Anna, it's happening so fast that Anna sees who it is and she goes, oh shit, really loud. And then she was like, and then I saw this hand go in for the handshake. And then I turn around and it's you. And I'm going, oh shit. And then I was just like, okay, thanks. And he was like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Da, da, da. Anna's like, it's crazy you just did that. You told me about it earlier today. Then you just did it in practice. And Keith Lee was looking at you and he was smiling and he's probably thinking who was this lady? She must be somebody. Da, da, da. She goes, Anna was like, I don't think he's ever been approached like that before. I was like, probably not.
Okay. You got to make your way. Make your way. Make them remember you. Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't linger. I didn't ask for a picture. I was just like, okay.
I see you on
Thank
TV,
you for what
buddy.
you do. Keep it moving.
Nice.
You know?
How it's
So it
done.
was
That's
great.
how it's done.
Yeah, and she was like, oh my God. So then we go and we have the special dinner with Mr. D, shout out to Mr. D, at catering where all the artists and their crew and da-da-da. So it's fantastic. It's everything you can imagine. We had a sit-down dinner. It was fantastic. Anna goes to get dessert or something, and she comes back. She goes, oh my God, I just did the thing to Paris Goebel, who is the choreographer that does like Rihanna and Doja Cat and J-Lo and everybody. And she goes, I just went up to her and I was like, hi, my name's Anna. She did it.
Good practice. Yay, Anna. What an experience. What a memory.
It was fantastic. It was like a movie. Everything that happened to us was like a movie. And shout outs to Mariano. And then Mariano came over and he had dinner. I always make him the Japanese curry when he comes over.
Yeah. And that's cool. He always has a good time. He's coming. He'll be here tonight. So.
Oh, I heard.
It'll be fun. And so maybe I'll go to the country concert that he's doing. Got my boots. I got my boots. We're ready.
You got your boots from Oklahoma, so you're ready to roll.
I'm ready to go. So hopefully I'll get to go to the concert tomorrow. So we'll see. But I'm excited.
Take a picture and send it to me. I want to see you guys together.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Is Yaya going to go with you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's probably like, I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But she probably will want to. She's iffy all the time. So I don't know. I can never guess.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Family reunion before you bone out.
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect for Mother's Day because, yeah, I'm out. I'm out a few days after.
So. Right. Exciting. Rally. Texas, here we come.
Right. I feel like I already know it and live there and, yeah.
Meant to be. Meant to be.
It's all meant to be. I really feel like it's meant to be.
Right.
Today I was driving and then I looked to the side, this big truck coming. I'm like, I was in a truck and then the truck coming and it kept like coming up. So finally I look over to the side. It said it was a Silverado. I seen that it was a Silverado from the front and the back. But on the side at the bottom it said Texas Edition. I was like, what? I have never seen that. Ever.
Signs, symbols, and clues.
Yeah.
Signs, symbols, and clues. All meant to happen.
So yeah, it's all going down.
Awesome. That's exciting, Nye. Exciting. So when we record, hopefully we'll see how it goes with life. We record the next one for June. Then you'll be in Texas. I will be 50 years old.
50. I'm having my Lone Star in the back. Longhorns I've been practicing.
I'll send you the link of Keith Lee. He reviewed places in your area.
Okay,
that
cool.
Looked hella good. When
I was there and I was eating, it was hella good. Oh my gosh. I already got 2 favorite spots. Yes.
Oh man, I can't wait to visit it and
ridiculous.
And eat. All right, Riley. So anything else before we bone out?
Hey, nothing. I mean, we covered a lot. We covered so much. I don't even know. We gonna get back at some point talking about our lives in high school. We definitely gonna get off track and we just enjoy talking to each other so much that here we are. But we definitely gonna get back on track with that.
All right then, Riley.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye. There you have it, folks. Relatives 31. It's been a minute, but we're back in full effect. Hope you guys enjoyed those stories. Like I said, when I edit this, I laugh. I think we're funny. I've heard other folks that don't know us that well think we're funny. What do you guys think? I don't know. Okay, so if you're listening to this when it kind of drops, if it's May still, May 2024, then I will be at Consensus in Austin, Texas. That's May 29th to the 31st. Are there 31 days in May? Who's to say? But I leave that Saturday, whatever that Saturday. I'm going to be there. There'll be more details if there's going to be a live recording of the podcast that I'm co-hosting, that I was asked to co-host, called The Get Down. I don't know if I talked about it on here, but if you look at the post that I did about presenting at the Emmys, I did a whole little thing talking about my podcast that's coming out later this year, Emerging Tech Journeys, where I amplify diverse voices in emerging tech. And then I'm also doing this, The Get Down, where we basically discuss policy trends, all that stuff within crypto, DeFi, and other things, and how that impacts Black, Brown, and Indigenous folks. So The Get Down, that's why I'm going to Consensus, and we may or may not be having a live thing. I have a meeting next week, so we'll see how that goes. And then I come home, and then a couple of days later, boom, blown out again to San Antonio, because I am a speaker at the 6th annual Hustle and Socialize at Frost Tower, 24th floor. And that's organized by the amazing Christina, who's going to be a guest. So we've already recorded the episode. Her episode's going to drop, I think, after this one. So check that one out. Get to hear more of her amazing story and why it's important for folks to go out there. There'll be a link in the show notes to it. There'll be a code. The code is Hustler Ritzy. At the time of this recording, I think there are less than 100 tickets left. So make sure to get that. You want to be there. It's going to be fantastic. The key speaker is previous Word to Your Mama guest and leadership coach to me, and another group of other dope women. Wendy Amara. We have a lot of amazing speakers that are going to be there. I'm just hell excited. So make sure to do that. And then also leave a review, leave some stars. And the free way to support is tell your folks, tell your peeps, tell your friends. And then also we have the online store. We have the I Am My Ancestors Vintage t-shirts. We have Word to Your Mama t-shirts. We have enamel pins of Stevie Wonder, Prince, and some the Supernatural Bear. Remember him? He retired. He designed some when he was 7. They're Voltron. They're dope as hell. They're on there. There's these posters. They're like $5 for a digital download. You can print, DIY, print whenever you want. Those are $5. There's tea towels. I think there's a few tea towels left over for the flavor series. And there's going to be some new things coming up. So yeah, support, amplify diverse voices over here. But yeah, that's about it, kids. That's about it. It's getting close. It's getting close to the 50th. Like I said, I'm excited. And as always, we reap. Word to Your Mama is owned and produced by Ritzy P. Intro beat produced by Nico Beats. For partnership inquiries and contact info, check out wordtoyourmama.com. And as always, Word to Your Mama is brought to you by ritzyperiwinkle.com. And now, introducing
the Supernatural Bear Corner.
Supernatural Bear.